Hi, it is 8:20 p.m. on Friday, June 27th, 2025, and we are going to be building my gaming PC. We visited Micro Center last weekend to grab everything because we found a good deal online for the motherboard and the CPU chip, and it also came with a couple of other things, but anyway, we'll show you all that. So I'm really excited. Let's get started.
All right, so starting off, we've got a Montech Air 903 Max. I've already done some wire management in here. We've got a AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D, the best chip on the market right now. We're going to be cooling that with a Hyper 620S with RGB lighting. That's already in the case. We've got a GeForce RTX 5070. This is the OC edition from Gigabyte. We've already been testing this, so it's out of the packaging, but it's in there now. Putting that all on a Gigabyte Aorus X870 Elite Wi-Fi 7. That's an AM5 socket. We're going to be powering that with an MSI R1000G PCIe 5. We've also got a Samsung 990 EVO. This is a Gen 5, Gen 4 drive. This is going to be our primary drive. And we got this Kingston NV3. This was in our Newegg bundle. That's just going to be a secondary drive. And G-Skill RGB Ripjaws M5. Alright, so we're going to get started by opening up our motherboard box. This isn't the first PC I've built, but it's the first one that she will see and help build. Let's get our X870 out of here. We're going to be building on this table, makes it a little easier. Get this out of the way. Got a little bit of tape here. Actually, I'm going to need that box back so I can lay it on there. Alright, so we've got our motherboard out. First things first, actually, let's take a look at the cooler box to see if this goes straight to AM5 or not, or if we're going to need to put in an adapter. So I'm not 100% sure. The cooler's already been out of the box, but just want to make sure we have any parts that need to be on the motherboard first. All right, so we took a look at the box. We're going to have to get this bracket off, and we're going to have to install these brackets here, it looks like, for the AM5. These two here. So we're going to do that real quick. All right, so I got half the bracket on, and then I realized we're probably going to have to get this CPU in here first. So we're going to take this off. Flip up our CPU compartment. Ooh, that's going to be a tight fit, but I think I can get it in there. Let me make sure I'm not stacked up. So as always, you want to find the yellow triangle and line it up. As far as I know, it also always aligns with the text on the motherboard. But it looks like our yellow triangle is going to go over here. So let's slip this in. Triangle to this side. Maybe not to kind of just drop it in. There we go. A wiggle test. All right, do you want to put the handle down? It's going to take a lot more force than you think, from what I hear.
Okay, so
You don't have to touch that. Yep, just
push it down.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of force.
Oh, what the heck?
It's okay. Yes, that's fine.
It's supposed to come off?
Yes.
Okay.
Get that under there.
Under it? Or which way? This way? This way.
There you go. Perfect.
Ooh.
And there's our CPU installed. So after looking at the clearances, we're going to put our RAM in first because this cooler is quite large. We've got, again, some Ripjaws M5 RGB. It's a 32 gigabyte kit, 16 by 2. Obviously, we're going to make sure we put them in 2 slots that are not touching each other because that will give us our dual lane capacity. Where's our opening? Right here. From what I hear, the RGB on these is not great. It doesn't look like it's addressable RGB, so we'll see. This is actually my first time installing DDR5 RAM, but, you know, DDR4 is the same stuff. Let's go with, how about 2 and 4? Sound fun? These look like the same size. I think that's correct. No, this way. And then just enough force to scare you. Ooh, that was satisfying clicks. There's one of our sticks installed.
Did I see a sticker in that box?
It did. I put it over there.
Everything comes with stickers.
Yeah, if you want to put all the stickers from all your parts on your box, you can. They love it. Ooh, not a satisfying click. There's a satisfying click.
Satisfying.
All right.
Okay, I just squeezed on the thermal paste. It looks horrendous, but we're going with it.
We did a little X pattern because it should give us pretty good coverage. And now we're gonna drop on our cooler. Squeeze. Boom. Wow, that RAM has
I think you missed the peg.
very little coverage. There you go.
All right.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this like this. We might have to put this fan in here because the way this clearance is. I mean, we're on top of the RAM.
Yeah. I mean, we're also on top of whatever this is over here.
All right, let's try tightening it down and see. It's a baby screwdriver, I think.
Oh, you know what? I just thought of it. We can move them up. I forgot. Like, they don't have to be here exactly.
Yeah, we can move the fans up a little. We could, but just a bit, though. This is not going to work. Let's go with the longer screwdriver. It's a little bulkier, but is that in the hole?
I think so. Yeah.
So obviously, when you're tightening down a fan, you don't want to tighten down one side too much. You want to kind of switch back and forth. This one only has 2 screws to tighten down, but if you have 4, you want to go corner to corner. You want to get them fairly tight, but you're not trying to kill anything. Once these little springs on the side look like they're mostly compressed down, you're probably going to be all right. And make sure you remove your peel-off label. Do not leave this on when you build a CPU or a computer, or you will not get the temperature you're looking for. Oh, I got a little bit of a click over here. Let's see if we get a click over here. That's probably about tight as we're going to get it. There we go. Tightened. And tightened. That's not going anywhere. And our RAM, I think it survived.
Yeah, I mean, it is floating, like, just above it. How are the cables?
Well, this one will move, but the other one is quite stuck. But we can always take this fan off and then put it back on.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do.
All right, so next up, we're going to get our SSDs in. We did move these fans up a little bit. the way I'm looking at it, I don't think it's going to affect our cooling too much, and it gives us room to play with our RGB and fan headers here. So first off, we're going to get this NV3 in. This is going to go in our secondary M2 slots. This motherboard's really cool. All the SSDs, all the M.2 SSDs are, they're going to be toolless. So you just kind of move this, and you're in. These are Gen 5 slots, and then this is also a Gen 5 slot. So our Gen 4 is going to go right here. That's our NV3. Get it out of this crab shell packaging. Remember to make sure you get your thermal pad undone. There you go. Now thermal pad is ready to be used. So you just click it in here, give it a little wiggle, move our tool, bang, SSD's in. Then we can take our SSD cover. It goes on these little pegs here. Move this part, boom, SSD 1 installed. Same thing over here. Slot comes out. Make sure we get our thermal pad
There's
release.
plastic in there too. This thing.
That's because it's a Gen 5 drive.
Take that out?
Take that out.
Okay.
You got tinier fingers than me.
Ooh.
And we're going to put our 990 Evo in here. This is a Gen 4, Gen 5 drive. It doesn't have a DRAM cache, but from what I saw, the testing was good. So same thing. Make sure we get our parts aligned here. Spin this around. Give her a little tap down. And how does this go back on? Just like this. Am I missing something here? That's fine. That's from this.
Oh, okay.
That's from that.
So then, yeah, that has to be how it goes. All you did was pop it in, like unclick it and then take it out. I thought.
It's just not quite locking into place, I don't think. Oh, yes it is. So I guess we just give it a little bit of a tap down. And I think we're all M.2'd up.
Ooh. But it wiggles over here. Why?
That's what I was saying, but to me it doesn't look like there's no way that gets latched down.
I guess so,
It
yeah.
just kind of free floats there.
I don't know if I like that a lot, but I mean, it is what it is.
All right, so it's been a minute since you left us. We did a little bit of rearranging of these fans. It looks like we've got all our headers on. We've got our CPU hooked up. So we're just going to drop the GPU in, and then I'll get another video once I do the wire management and get it running. All right, so we've got our 5070 in. We're all wired up. You take a look here on the back. It's not the best, but it's pretty managed. So we're about to get it up on a screen, and I'll show you the results when it boots. All right, guys, here we go. It's our first post test. We're all plugged in, powered on.
Ooh.
We've got lights. We've got fan speed. We've got RAM. We've got All lights, but nobody's home? Come on, baby.
Oh boy. It's doing a bunch of different random numbers.
Give it a second.
Oh, there we go.
We've got post. New CPU installed. NV corrupted. NV structure change. Press Y. To reset FTPM. That's fine. I didn't think about that because I had TPM on my system.
What does that mean?
It's just has to do with secure boot, but we didn't bitlock or anything.
Oh, okay.
So we should be fine. There we go.
Ooh.
I didn't get to go in the BIOS menu. It was too fast.
It's that CPU power. Amen. Oh, well.
There we go. Let's get into the BIOS. Maybe I was too slow.
Oh, getting devices ready.
I was too slow. All right, as you can see, it's been a couple days, but the computer's been all up and running now for about a day and a half. We've got signal RGB controlling all of our RGB here. I've rewired a couple things, and we've done some benchmarks, and we're looking good. So that's it. That's our build.